Hey, 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 I'm Fat Albert. I haven't paid my taxes since 1974. Hey everybody, this is the first Patreon episode of Super Despair World. Maybe call it Extra Despair World. I don't know, we're still figuring this out. Dave, we're doing this like kind of informally, so I don't know. Do we want to just like introduce the topic and just like dive right in, or what's the plan here?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're just winging it here. You know, this is after hours. We're cracking some 40s. We got the blunts rolled.
I just ate an entire bag of popcorn before we started recording.
Oh shit, just like regular popcorn.
Yeah, like I made some to just like snack on throughout the episode, but then your cat had that whole thing, and I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll just eat the entire bowl.
Yeah, I just cleaned up like an amazing amount of cat puke, and as I was telling Briar before recording, I was gonna say, fuck it, I'll just do it like after recording, but then I saw that one of the cats was like eating the puke, and I was like, oh fuck, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
you don't want to recycle it that way.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Pets deserve better.
yeah. She must. That's the thing. She thinks she's hungry. She's not. This cat does not need any more food. So
I probably didn't need that popcorn, so maybe we're not so different, you and I.
yeah. Well, you know, popcorn is like you eat a giant bowl of popcorn, but then you see what it started from, and it's like it's actually not that much food.
Yeah, besides that, all I've had today was like some fucking toast. Fuck, I'm so down bad for real food right now. Anyway.
Yeah. Thanks to all the patrons for allowing Briar to eat real food.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll get some more now that we have actual incentives to give us money.
Right. And some more down the line, I'm sure.
Indeed. Anyway, the point, I guess we should introduce this as like, all right, so our plan for like Patreon episodes, we're going to do at least one or two a month. I think we'll release these kind of sporadically. Like we have a good day every week to record them. I don't know when it's going to go out. Probably in a couple days. I don't know. We'll see. And these are going to be mostly unscripted. I say that as if like we have a script for the regular show. I'm not writing a fancy intro. I'm not doing fancy art. We're just kind of shooting the shit. Maybe we're tackling some stuff that was like in my notes for an episode and we just didn't get to like today. But we'll see. This is just going to be we're going full like podcast is hanging out with your friends simulator for these.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm not going hard on the editing either. So other than like normalizing and compressing the audio, if one of us has a coughing fit or there's gunshots going on outside, you're hearing it all live, baby.
If you hear like a cat puking in the background, just deal with it, okay?
Well, with me sobbing in the background as a cat is just vomiting 40 times on the most expensive piece of gear that I own. Then you're here for it. This is why you're giving a sinister $6. And
I will say, speaking of disgusting animal related things, for the past like couple weeks in my house, we've had like a bit of a problem with some ants getting in. And just a couple days ago, we finally got some fucking borax and laid out a trap for them. And last night I was up until like 3 a.m. or something. And I was just going from the bathroom back to my room, and of course they're like around the corner to the door opposite my room, and I see them feeding on the like poisoned sugar that we left out for them, and I'm like, yeah, take that, you little fucking bastards. And then I go to sleep, and I have like a nightmare about like bugs just like swarming my entire like fucking house, and I'm like, okay, they are waging warfare even in my dreams.
Yeah, they're using their psychic hive mind warfare against you. I thought you were gonna say that you were like the grandma in the rocking chair with a shotgun, just waiting for these fucking menaces to show up.
Yeah, it's they come out at night, and it really sucks. I don't know, like they're not just regular ants either. They're the kind of ants that like sprout wings and start flying and shit when they mature. And like every time I go to the bathroom late at night, I go past the big TV in my living room, which is just on 24/7 because it's got like camera footage of just like cameras around the outside of our house or whatever.
Oh, the compound. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I live in a well fortified fortress in the woods, and just because the TV is going 24/7, and just because it's like dark because it's like 3 a.m., they're like drawn to the light. So every time I go to the bathroom, I pass by the TV and I just hear their wings buzzing and their stupid little fucking bodies like bumping up against the TV, and ever since I've gotten that borax, I'm like, oh, you guys are getting yours soon.
Fuck off, man. Yeah, like I like bugs, but inside, like outside. If you're inside, I lose all respect for.
Yeah, like it's weird. Like sometimes I'll get a spider or two in the bathroom. I'm like, there's a fucking feast of ants here. Why aren't you eating? I want you do your fucking job, spiders.
That's what I'm saying is like I try to like spiders don't really bother me, so sometimes I keep them around. It's like, well, they kill the more annoying bugs. And then when I see a bunch of bugs around, the spiders just chilling. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? All right, I'm just vacuuming you up. Fuck you, useless.
Yeah, send them to the penis explosion chamber, like for real. I've made an uneasy alliance with the spiders because they used to kind of freak me out, but I've gotten better about it. Like ever since I moved out here, there's like a month or two in the summer, which I think it's like around like mid-July or something, which is known as like stink bug season, where we just get a shit ton of stink bugs, and they're the worst. And I've learned that the spiders around here like hunt them, so I'm like, okay, I will put aside whatever feelings I have about spiders to let them go to war against the stink bugs, which are worse.
Yeah, I do. I still respect spiders though, or most of them. There was this one spider when I used to work at the state park for one summer, like a long ass time ago, and this spider was fucking huge, and we would flick like flies into its web, and we were basically just feeding it. And this spider was fucking massive. Like this thing was we were just giving it like feasts constantly. And we were trying to breed like the biggest, most super spider ever. And we succeeded, I think. I mean, it was relatively big, but it didn't grow large enough to become sentient and take over the entire park, which was a goal. But you know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, when I was a little kid, I actually encountered a really big spider too, and it turned out the way to kill it was I had to have sex with all my friends.
Oh.
That's a Stephen King reference. It is like a big fucking that's so weird. Okay, I've made this episode weird now.
It's a Patreon episode. We can get as weird as we want.
Okay, guys, it's from a book. It's from a book.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Anyway, speaking of bugs that deserve to be squashed, this is actually a follow-up to I think it'll be up by the time you guys are listening to this, episode 26, where we did a tier list, a ranking of Chud profile pics on Twitter. And we didn't get to the last part of the episode, which was in my notes, where we were gonna shift from looking at like groups of them, like a whole trend, like a whole fucking demographic, a type of person, to specifically rating some individual people's avatars. We're making it a Patreon thing, and I have a good list of a couple that I think might be fun to just review, to rate hot or not.
Oh yeah. Hot or not for Chud Twitter profiles.
Yeah, so I've got 7 of them here, and I guess I've mostly arranged them in a decent order. So I'm gonna link these to you, Dave, one at a time.
Yes.
And I don't know, the Patreon, it's gonna be like, we're gonna put the audio up there, maybe a video as well. I'm just gonna do some like simple art. I'm not gonna go crazy for it. So maybe we'll show that in the video. We'll figure it out. Are we good?
Yeah. All right, what do we got? I thought you.
Okay, are we gonna edit that out? I don't know. That was a weird. Pause.
We're not.
All right. Well, now you guys know what a fucking shit show this
behind
is.
The scenes. Yeah.
This happens
if you
every
think we don't care about you, if you don't think we care about you, and that we're constantly editing audio and video and all sorts of stuff, then we do.
All right. Let's start with a classic friend of the show. This is Jordan Peterson. What's going on with the good doctor?
Okay. Yeah.
How would you describe this?
So what even is that supposed to be? It's like yeah. So Jordan Peterson, we all know and love him. Kermit the Frog himself. It's like this just like it's shapes with some colors
it's
on
like
it.
it's like some abstract like geometric art, something like that. I don't actually have a good explanation for this, and it seems kind of weird because like he's like a pretty right-leaning conservative sort of dude, and I feel like right-wingers in general, they tend to not like abstract art, you know. It tends to be like, what does that mean? What? It's just shapes and colors. What does that mean? Is this of the devil? You know? And it's like, okay, I don't really know what's going on here, and I don't remember my art history classes well enough to have any like useful insight about this. But I look at it and I'm like, I remember way back when people used to dunk on Jordan Peterson a lot for like his like self-help books, and I just looked up a random like chart from those on Google, and I'm gonna link this to you, Dave. And it's like, oh yeah, this is the most like incoherent like schizo bullshit. So I like to think maybe his like abstract art avatar is like a glimpse into like his beautiful mind, if you will. I don't know.
I have seen shit this like deranged in academic journals. Like it was like figure one, like the circle of something, but it's like, but they usually wouldn't have like a the dragon eating its own tail. Is that the Ouroboros or whatever? But it's usually,
it's a lot. Yeah. It's some weird stuff. So I will say, Jordan Peterson, he's really into Carl Jung, who's like a kind of like old school psychology sort of philosophy guy, and he has a lot of weird ideas about like archetypes of people and like a sort of narrative sort of thinking about the world. Maybe we'll dive into it someday. I would definitely want to like brush up on some of my old college textbooks before I talk about that at all, and not want to sound like a fucking idiot. But I don't know, a lot of this is like, it's basically just like fucking like pop science. It's like, fill out this quiz to find out which Steven Universe character you are, except like dressed up, you know what I mean?
I mean there's like I feel like there's like a general kind of like desire for a lot of people to kind of just like categorize everything in the world has to be put into some neat, tidy little category.
Absolutely.
And especially with fucking academics, is they all need to put everything in this neat, tidy little framework. A lot of it is like, if you looked at this thing you just sent me and it was just like out of context, and you put something else in the like, this would be like some schizo posting shit. It's like, yeah, the fucking Yahweh, the Spirit of God. What the fuck is going on?
I like the patriarchal world of light and the matriarchal world of darkness, because women are of darkness and the void.
Oh yes. Because the light is it's giving. It's giving, just like the dick is giving. And
the dick is like the lighthouse of the body.
Yes, yeah. The dick is
The dick is like the lighthouse. It's a beacon to women to give attention, but sometimes they dash themselves upon the rocks of the balls.
And these woke moralists up yours, by the way, they want to flip this on its head by saying women can have light inside of them as well, but women are only darkness, and
they want to tear down the lighthouse. They want to step on your cock and balls.
I mean, big brain take, but maybe this does play into part of the reason that dudes like this are like incredibly transphobic. Is it steps on their little worldview of like just putting people into this neat, tidy little character category. And even if trans women didn't exist and trans men didn't exist and whatever, like, I mean, this is still wrong. It's still fucking stupid. But
yeah,
but this
and I was gonna say about the thing you brought up about some people just have this like weird need to like categorize everything, and I'm gonna take that further, and I'm gonna say I think it's just kind of like a reactionary tendency in general. If somebody's like really not okay with anything being ambiguous, you know, everything needs to have like hard definitions or whatever, and the whole like, oh, what is a woman thing? You got to give me an exact definition.
What is a woman?
It's like,
what is a woman?
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, fucking whatever. You know, a lot of things are just vibes based. You know,
exactly. Yeah,
like
whatever.
Humans as a species, I'm sorry to say, we're vibes based.
We are a
vibes
based species.
Like, yes. I look at maybe this will be the last thing about Jordan Peterson. Lame avatar, by the way. Do better, Doctor. I was gonna say the last thing is like I look at a lot of like my peers in the queer community, and a thing I see with a lot of very young people is like they'll do like the Tumblr thing of like their bio on every social media is like, here's 10 different descriptors that perfectly map my exact identity. And like, I don't know, that as I get older, I'm just more and more okay with things being like ambiguous. Like, I consider myself a woman and I call myself one, but there's a lot of ways that I don't fit into that neatly. There's a lot of like masculine things I like. There's a lot of like stereotypical things that I just don't fit into. And it's like, whatever, dude. I don't know. It's ambiguous. I don't really give a shit. It's just a word. I use it as shorthand. Who cares, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Your love of Harley Davidsons and monster trucks and rocket launchers. That's a masculine trait, but you know, like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or my having a podcast. That's a very white male coded thing.
Exactly. See, that's the thing. But yeah, that's the thing with a lot of these people is they just collect identities. It's like fucking they're playing Pokemon Go on the internet, and it's just like, oh, cool, a new identity that I can put in my Twitter profile. And it's just
and you know, like if you're like 14 years old and you're just like figuring out yourself for the first time, whatever, be you, be cringe. I don't really give a shit.
Sure,
but
sure.
I don't know. As you get older, I think it's good to just like accept that maybe people are more complex than words will ever properly describe. You don't have to put 100% of your being into a fucking Twitter bio.
Exactly. And that's why I go further than being like a gender abolitionist. I'm an identity abolitionist. You are not what you do or who you think you are. You just are.
I don't know if I use those terms for myself, but I think I reach a very similar conclusion in a different path. So either way, maybe we'll expound upon it in the future. But let's get to the next avatar.
What's the next
Here's somebody that's been in the news a couple months ago. This is an internet character called Internet Historian. Are you familiar with this guy?
Oh yeah. Who has stolen the likeness of that, like, what do they call this dude?
So I believe his avatar for audio listeners is like a shitty, like hand drawn version of like an old school meme, which I believe it was called Hide the Pain Harold.
Yes,
is like this
Hide
old
the Pain,
man kind of like sort of like vaguely half smiling at the screen.
Right, the stock footage of the guy just like with like a
If I remember right, I once read that guy was from Spain, and he does not even speak that much English. I think they interviewed him at some point, and I think he was mostly okay with it.
That's gotta be so crazy to just like. I'm sure this dude is just like answering a fucking wanted, like a classified ad of just like, hey, want to make like $500 to pose for stock footage? And they just brought him to some like photography studio, and he took like 7 photos of himself in front of a computer, and now the dude is like some like timeless fucking internet meme.
Yeah, it's a real callback to that era of memes where it was just like like here's a character, here's top text, bottom text, you know what I mean?
Oh
It feels
yeah,
I don't
like
know,
the classic, the like
a
not
more
rage
innocent
comics.
time.
Yeah, like that's like the beginning of like Reddit meme culture, like the scumbag Steve and shit like that.
Yeah, I remember that. The advice animals. That's what it was. Advice
Yeah,
animals
yeah,
with
yeah.
the happy smiling dog. That dog's probably dead now. By the way, shout out, pay our respects to the Doge dog. It's dead now as of like a week ago.
Yeah. What's that dog's name?
Let's look it up.
Kabosu. Kabosu is
Kabosu.
dead. Kabosu is dead. 2005 to 2024, which that's a fucking long ass run for a dog. You know, I can't feel that bad about it.
Yeah, little dogs like that, they live a long time.
Yeah. But for a pure breed too, like I assume this is some sort. I forget what kind of breed that the Doge dog is.
I think they're called. It's like a Shiba Inu.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a Shiba. That's a Shibu. The Shiba.
Shiba.
Inu. The Shiba. The Shiba Inu. And
Yeah.
and fun fact about that one too is the owner of that dog like hated that people used the dog's likeness to like make some fucking bullshit cryptocurrency.
Oh fuck
So,
yeah.
Yeah. So there were a bunch of like crypto Dogecoin idiots on like Twitter or whatever, and they were like rip to like a legend, and then other people were like, yeah, the owner of that dog fucking hates you and you should kill yourself.
Rumor has it the owner of that dog is building a contraption in their garage.
Hopefully the doohickey.
Yeah, the second one.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of doohickeys, internet historian. This guy is like he's like a YouTuber. He does like content like talking about memes and online bullshit. I don't know. I don't watch his stuff because I think it sucks. And I only know him.
It does suck, yeah.
I only know him recently because like that H Bomber guy video a couple months ago that took down James Somerton. He also dunked on internet historian for just like plagiarizing a big chunk of his script, which of course it's like the most like fucking video essay slop bullshit.
I mean,
around.
yeah. In like plagiarism aside, just like apples to oranges. I don't even know if that's a correct like fucking analogy to that or phrase or whatever. But like, if you put internet historian and James Somerton next to each other, like, aside from the plagiarism, it's like James Somerton like clears internet historian on like not being slop, which is saying a lot about what internet historian actually does.
Yeah,
it is
I mean, like Somerton plagiarized everything, but the stuff he plagiarized was generally well researched. It was the stuff he wrote originally that was like not good.
and it's like at least they were like better topics, and you know, like if Somerton wasn't plagiarizing everything, it would be like a somewhat respectable channel. Never really watched him, honestly, but I have seen internet historian. I was like, I have to turn this off like immediately. This is like there's that weird like uncanny quality to it. It's like, have you ever seen those Wojak like animated Wojak videos?
I feel some kind of way about like high effort Wojaks, dude. Like
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever seen this. Have you ever seen like people have made like black girl Wojaks, and there's like 7 different ones, and they're all very stylish and like well done and like neatly photoshopped in their own way. And I'm like, you guys desperately need to either just get some fucking dolls in real life, or to like learn to draw. This is weird.
Yes, yeah, Wojaks are truly just like paper dolls for incels.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's a bizarre thing. Like, I thought that the whole point of the Wojak is that it's like poorly drawn. It's just like a fucking shitty MS Paint like black and white dude. And like, I don't know, something about putting a lot of effort into them and like going really high end and like copy pasting like a real person's hair over top of it and doing all these effects. It's weird. I feel like it ruins the spirit of it, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Internet historian, fuck you.
Yeah, how do we feel about his avatar though? Just to bring it back, specifically the profile pic.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't. It's zoomed in too close on Hide the Pain Harold's face, and it's been staring at me this whole time since I pulled up the profile, and I
don't like it. It's not good. We're not doing like a fucking tier list. I think we're just gonna make fun of all of these.
Yeah, tier list. You go in the tier of go fuck yourself.
All right. Let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk about a very famous lady, if you will. We've talked about two guys. Let's talk about some. Let's do rate your avatar woke. For her.
Woke here.
Yeah. Well. Maybe we'll feel some kind of way about woke. Let's talk about J.K. Rowling, Miss K. Rowling herself.
She's so white woman coded with this one.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm really conflicted about this because, like, if you listen to this podcast, like, it's no secret how we feel about J.K. Rowling. Yeah. She sucks. I think she leads a hate movement. I think she's a piece of shit. She lives in a literal fucking castle. Okay, what do you guys want?
Yeah.
But I will say, just talking Twitter avatar, she's got a cute little dog in it. Which...
Yeah, see, that's a thing. I'm so biased because, like, J.K. Rowling's a piece of shit, but, like, if she was cool, I'd be like, oh, that's a sweet little PFP.
I chose this one specifically because I feel like I'm being manipulated. Like, oh, the worst person you know has a cute dog.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah, she's manipulating us. God damn it.
Yeah, she's organizing behind this is dog ideology right here. Okay, this is what's going on.
That's something I was thinking about not too long ago. Is because I have like, out of curiosity and not to like so I could like white knuckle and just like go through somebody's posts and just like be pissed at them. Whenever I see like a chud take on like Twitter or Instagram, which I don't usually like engage in any of this bullshit that much anymore, I instinctively have to like click on their profile, and I'm just curious, like what kind of person would say something like this. And there's a lot of that's a weird thing, is like there are some people who will say the most heinous shit that you've ever heard before, and then you click on their profile and it's like them like lovingly playing with their pet, and it's like, okay, like, all right, you're a piece of shit, like straight up, like you are a piece of shit, but like you're a human with some sort of empathy. But like, why can't you channel that empathy you have from your dog or your cat or your fucking daughter into like just, no other people? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It's so fucked. I'm not gonna scroll through her profile now, but I will say a couple days ago, maybe about a week ago now, I'm not gonna say what exact day it is that we're recording, doesn't matter. But as I was compiling this list of like profiles to look at, I opened J.K. Rowling's Twitter profile, and I scrolled down to see like, okay, what's Mrs. Rowling up to? And the first post I see was like some typical like turf bullshit, and because she pays for Blue, like you can go past the tweet limit. So I was like, oh, okay, let's hit the expand button. Let's see what she's got to say. And I shit you not, it was like 12 fucking paragraphs of like fucking like white hot like turf bullshit. I'm like, lady, you need to log off.
That's the thing. These people are irrelevant now, so they just need some bullshit to just like care about. And it's just like, why can you not be satisfied with the fucking $6 billion you have in your castle? Do something productive instead of going on social media and talking about like how mad you are about fucking trans people. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Jesus Christ.
It's insane that she has that much wealth and money and like actual fucking like privilege and whatever. And you can tell she just spends all day fucking name searching herself to bully like 12 follower nobodies on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's it's bad when fucking Elon Musk himself, king of cringe, has gone into her replies like, hey, could you post something a little more positive?
Yeah, he's like, I agree with all of your terrible takes, but like, can you like post something else? Because it's getting old, bitch.
I'm just reminded of the fucking clip from The Simpsons of Marge going like, could you lighten up a little bit? To the kids. Homie. We shouldn't do that. I think that's an Oni Plays bit. I think they've got Simpsons impressions down, and I'm not good at them.
Well, yeah, we'll have to practice our impressions and just be better than them.
Yeah, I'm gonna, instead of name searching myself, I'm gonna spend the rest of my weekend just saying homie into the mirror. Anyway, let's bring it back to the Avatar. How do we feel about J.K. Rowling?
All right, so that's the thing. Objectively, it's not a bad Avatar, but because it's connected to J.K. Rowling, I hate it, and I hate her, and I even hate the dog. No, I'm just kidding. The dog's probably fine. The dog's probably fine. At least that dog's probably eating like the most divine food ever. I feel like it's like
the most white woman coded thing to live in a literal fucking castle in the English countryside and still cheap out on the dog food.
You're right. It's probably like, yeah, it's just a dog, all by the way. So like, do you have any cheaper options?
I can't give her the expensive dog treats. They upset her tummy.
Yeah, I give her one nutrition block a day because I don't want her
they put masculinizing compounds in the dog food. I don't want a trans.
Oh yeah,
dog.
she definitely gets the ones without soy in them. The soy free dog food. Probably not the best dog food, but the soy free dog food at least.
Yeah, I will say, okay, like just speaking totally neutrally here, I don't think it's a bad Avatar. If anything, like, because I've gone through the list, you haven't seen all of them yet, Dave, but I will say it's probably the best profile picture we're looking at today. And that's just because of the dog. I think she should get out of the way. I think we should crop this just to focus on the dog.
Yeah, and that's a good takeaway for this one. If you are a piece of shit, which you aren't because you are one of our patrons. If you just want like people to empathize with you despite being a complete piece of shit, just put a dog in the frame. Easy.
I'm not gonna do this because I know better than to troll people on Twitter who might dox me, but it just hit my mind that the funniest thing I could do if I wanted to bother J.K. Rowling in her replies, it would be to make a sock puppet account and make the avatar just like a cropped version of just her dog, like the one from her.
Yeah, trans rights dog.
Yeah, just like, Mommy, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm hungry. Please let me out.
That would be pretty funny. Yeah. Well, Briar's not doing that, as you've all heard. But if one of you wanted to do that, you know, that would just saying.
Mommy, I'm cold. Please let me in.
I would follow, and I don't follow anybody on.
Mommy, the peasants have come to liberate me.
Mom, do you have any kibble? No, it's taken away.
Yeah. Okay. This is a good segue for the next account we're gonna look at, because this is also kind of dog related.
Okay. All right.
So just like, okay, so the thing about J.K. Rowling is before the whole TERF thing, she was like basically like a big capital L kind of liberal lady, like not super progressive, but very, very just like milquetoast, middle of the road. The next account we're looking at is also not explicitly like a chud account, but this is the worst of liberalism right here. Dave, have you ever heard of NAFO, or the North Atlantic Fellow Organization.
I have not. What the fuck? What the fuck is this?
Okay. All right. So this is clearly going to need some background because I guess I'm more plugged in here. So So like a year or two ago, I don't actually remember how long it's been, around the time that Russia invaded Ukraine, everybody, all the liberals were like super gung-ho, like pro-NATO, like let's go after those evil Ruskies and Moscow Mitch. Oh, Donald Trump collides with Putin, whatever. And so there was this person who was like raising money to like send over to troops in Ukraine, which, hey, whatever, cool. I think, I'm pro-Ukraine, whatever. And this person, they had like an avatar of this like shitty little dog in like military fatigues or whatever.
Well, it's the Cheems dog. From the meme, yeah,
it's Sheems, except neoliberal. Anyway, so this person who was raising money for Ukraine, they had this like military Cheems avatar, and they were like, "Hey, I'm going to make other Cheems avatars for you guys. Just show me proof of your donation to the war effort, and I will make one for you." And now they are known as the North Atlantic Fella Organization. They call themselves fellas, and like, I don't know, it's like a cute little dog, but it's also very cringe because I see these guys all the time on Reddit. What's their sub? It's like non-credible defense or something like that, and it's just like the most like war hawk, like neoliberal, like, yeah, let's just glass Russia, let's just fucking nuke the Russians, fuck it, let's just destroy them all, yippee, go NATO, or whatever.
Yeah, and that's the thing with a lot of these people. It's like, I'm like not, I don't support the fucking Russian invasion by any means, and I support like the sovereignty of Ukraine and shit, but that's kind of where it ends. But like with these people, it's not, they don't actually really like care about anybody there. It's fucking war to them is a game. It's a sports league. It's like watching the fucking Premier League for them, and it's just like, oh cool, yeah, I'm a Ukraine supporter. Oh yeah, they go.
These people will like go on Reddit and post like footage of like, here's drone footage of some Russian 19-year-old soldier getting blown to bits. Serve some fucking orcs.
Rock hard about that. They are rock fucking hard.
It's really fucked up. I don't like it. I don't know. It's so like
weird. Like the memification of like an actual bloody conflict in an actual country with actual people is fucking insane to me. I mean, it's the same feeling I get when there's like those like IDF thirst traps on TikTok, like shaking their booty and their little like fucking army fatigues. It's just like, oh yeah, it's all a fucking game to you guys, right? It's all a fucking game.
Yeah,
like,
I will say politics, Twitter is a whole mess nowadays because you have so many different like genres of people, like people who are pro-Ukraine but anti-Palestine, or people who are pro-Ukraine and pro-Palestine, or people who are like bizarrely like anti-Ukraine but pro-Palestine, whatever. It's just a whole mess. But like a lot of the NAFO fellas, I think they kind of lean on the like very just like they just love war. They love feeling like the good guys. I don't know. It's just, is there anything more horrifying than imagining yourself as like some shitty like conscript soldier on the Russian side or whatever, and you're like bleeding out in like a ditch in like some swamp in Ukraine, and just knowing that like on the internet there are all these like stupid little fucking dog avatar people just like hooting and hollering about your demise. I don't know, it's kind of fucked up.
Exactly, that's a crazy thing. Yeah, I mean it's fucking sports team brain, but they're just like they just pick. They have no actual like political axioms, or they don't really believe in anything. They think war is a game, and they want to pick the side that either they like or that they think is going to win. And that's how these types of people think. They don't
Yeah,
really,
well, I said capital L liberal because I feel like that one of the biggest thing about libs is that they love to feel like the mature, responsible adult. They're the good person in the room, and like they just get really high on their own farts, like feeling like I'm a good person. I'm supporting the good side. I am pro democracy. We are doing the right thing by waging this war and sending our drones and our bombs overseas, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, it's just fucked up because it's both so like violent and like trivializing of real world atrocities or whatever, but it's also really fucking stupid and really fucking Reddit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. But back to the avatar, back to the profile picture. We have like a I don't is this a NATO symbol?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, the like maritime, like north, south, east, west cross thing that they put on maps. And then there's like a bunch of squashed Cheems characters with like
we
a
are
bunch
Legion
of like, army fatigues on. And honestly, like I hate it, but it is a little bit funny. It is a little bit funny.
I will give it credit. It's a little bit funny. Yeah.
It is a little bit funny. Out of context, it's funny. But knowing like what it represents, it is not funny at all.
Yeah, it's not funny. Guys, do not laugh at it.
Yeah, do not laugh at the NAFO thing.
Guys, I'm gonna address our patrons here. We need to sit down. This is our serious voice. We need you guys to know that this is not funny.
Yeah, this is not funny. Don't stop laughing.
This is. I'm showing you what not to do. Okay, don't.
Yeah, do as I say, not what I do. Sit down. Shut up.
You guys need to know this. This is not okay.
Yeah, this profile in general is fucking absolutely deranged. They have there's if I scroll down a bit, there's Cheems in Crusader armor, like from the Crusades. And,
they got their Crusader posting.
That's how they see themselves, as they're like liberating the Crusaders, guys. Hot take: the Crusaders were not the good guys. You know that, right? Like they were just like, that's kind of like imperialism. I'm not a big history buff, but they were kind of just like, yeah, I'm bored. I'm
scrolling down their page and they retweeted like one cute cat, but some Muga hats make Ukraine great again. I assume it's like, oh, that's so fucking stupid.
That is so stupid because Ukraine was always great. Shout out to our Ukrainian listeners. What up? How y'all doing? That's a cute cat, though.
Yeah, also shout out to this person for having like the least flattering selfie I've ever seen in my life. This person looks miserable.
Oh man, just
don't show this to the troops in Ukraine, okay? They're gonna lose after seeing this.
Yeah, if it's like this is your strongest supporter, I'd be like, fuck. Well, if I get captured, I'm definitely just giving up.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Before let's finalize. How do we feel about the fellas?
Oh, I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it. I think it
I want to like it, but I
want to
it.
like it, but due to the overarching political things that it represents, I don't. So NAFO. I was trying to think of something clever to say.
I rate this we disavow out of 10.
Yeah, we disavow out of 10. That's a fair rating.
This is a not funny out of 5.
That's a go fuck yourself out of 3.
Speaking of funny, before I move on to the next person, this is a little segue. Maybe you know this, maybe you don't know this person by their name, but perhaps you know them by their work. Have you ever seen this comic strip?
This looks very familiar.
So for audio listeners, it's the strip of the black lady being like manhandled, and then Joe Biden goes, oh, she goes, "I'll never vote for you," and then it's like a close up of Joe Biden going, "Then I am afraid you ain't black," and Joe Biden like sucks the melanin out of her skin, leaving her as like an unconscious white woman. Actually, kind of a funny comic, kind of like a dunk on just like a one line that Biden said like a few years ago. I want to say,
if you don't vote for me, you're not black.
Exactly. And a lot of people were like, "Hey, that's kind of funny." And then they learned about the creator of this comic, a fella by the name of George Alexopoulos, or G Prime 85.
Yeah.
And this guy is completely fucking unhinged, like full on like QAnon, like MAGA brain, whatever, dipshit reactionary sort of like comic artist. Kind of a shame because he's like actually kind of decent at like rendering and like caricature art sort of shit. His art is not bad. I don't like the style, but he's not a bad comic artist.
Objectively, this is not a bad style. Like he has art chops. Some of the things I'm seeing, I mean, it might be stylized, but I don't like how he draws. He's definitely a dude just from cursory glances that spent all his time drawing faces and didn't focus too much on full anatomy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm looking like on the comic that I sent you, I looked at those curves and I'm like, this kind of gives me like not safe for work vibes. Like I feel like this guy has drawn porn at some point, but I don't know.
Yes. You learned
maybe this is oversharing, but I mostly use Twitter to follow artists, and I'm not ashamed to admit a lot of those artists are not safe for work. Go into my likes. I don't give a shit. Fight me on the street. If you feel some kind of way, not my problem.
All art is fundamentally not safe for work because when you do figure drawing, they're nudes, right? Like.
Yeah,
right?
For the most part.
Yeah, so there you go. You're not a gooner. You're just an artist.
Yeah, although a lot of the stuff I follow is not just figure drawing. I folloll porn.
You need to be able to do a still life of hardcore.
Don't clean up my image for me, Dave. I know what I am.
Okay.
The point is, I was gonna say, George gives me the vibes of like. There was an instant a couple weeks ago where I decided to unfollow a certain not safe for work artist, and don't ask me who it is because I legit don't even remember their name by this point. But the reason I unfollowed them was because I realized like I don't like that this person draws buttholes way too detailed. I don't like that they make the butthole like really dark, that they render the butt hairs. I don't know. It's just like it's like gazing into an abyss. It doesn't make me horny. I don't know why they're focusing so much on this and not just, I don't know. It's not for me. I don't like seeing buttholes like that. And the point I'm getting at with this story is that not only does George Alexopoulos give me like vibes of like a not safe for work artist, but he gives me vibes of the kind that renders the butthole way too much.
Oh yeah. I mean? He spends a lot of time on the hole and not enough time on the cheeks. Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, this has a horny energy to it. It's like this has an energy that is both horny and somewhat disgusting. And that's going to repel most people, but like really hook in a few people.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should probably say something about his actual profile pic. How would you describe it?
So it's like a profile of a guy with like a top hat and like a there's a butterfly and he's kind of doing like the chef's kiss thing with he's got like a high collar there, and
yeah, it's kind of seems like almost like a 1920s like newspaper comic sort of deal.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of just because of the side, like the absolute side profile, like something that could be like on a playing card or something like that, or something that could be like a logo. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't hate the avatar, like objectively, like fuck.
I don't
George
think it's
Alex.
terrible.
I think it's good. I think it's a good, clean design. There's there's I don't like how it looks like the thumb and forefinger are like one. I think that could be changed a little bit, but objectively looking at the art, I think it's good. I like it. However, now that I know about this person, it's like, what is the onus behind having a profile picture like that?
Yeah, I think like I don't know. I'll say it's a very like inoffensive kind of thing. You see this, it's like, oh, it's just a guy. Maybe he's like a little classy, a little
little
sophisticated.
classy.
Yeah, maybe he feeds his dog the good kibble. Who knows?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen a lot of guys? They'll go on the internet and they'll like start a podcast, or like the small business guy, and the logo is just like their face, but with no features, and then a beard. You ever see this? The faceless beard guy logo.
The beard and glasses silhouette.
Yeah. This is exact. I don't know. This feels like the same level of like creative. Like this is it's inoffensive. It's okay. I don't hate it, but it's also very much like nothing to write home about. When I look at this, I feel like, I don't know, this is something a lot of like right wingers do, and probably other people too, but we're mostly talking about right wingers, where it's like they really want to give off the like the fucking, how do I describe this, the aesthetics of like being an intellectual, being very very smart and sophisticated.
Yes. Of course.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely has that vibe. It definitely has like a pretentious vibe to it for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't want to spend too long on these, so let's just wrap this guy up. I'm gonna say I give this is a boring out of 10.
I'll agree with you on the boring out of 10. Boring out of 10. George, take that art skill and do something else with it, and spend a little bit more time on bodies. I think a little bit less time on faces. Your face skill is fucking dope. And then also just like not have chud politics. That would be that.
George, please take your meds. We're begging.
Take your meds. Take your meds. I'm sure being off the meds made your art skills fucking insane, but you already have that, so you have the technical skill. You can go off the meds and then just like not make completely unhinged comics. So yeah, best of both worlds. We could do this.
Fuck yeah!
85.
All right, let's do this next one kind of quickly, because I have somebody special for the last one, and this is second to last.
Let's go.
This guy doesn't matter too much. This is a YouTuber. Have you ever heard of Mowler?
Mowler. Oh no. No,
this guy, maybe you've seen him. Mowler is like a movie critic guy, and he has like a really cringe like rant sona, which is just like an edgy like gas mask. It kind of looks a bit Nazi-ish.
I fucking hate this style. I'm gonna be real with you. I fucking hate this style. This
guy is known for his like, he does these movie reviews, which are just like a podcast with like a few other guys, and it's like an objective review of Star Wars The Force Awakens, and it's legit, I'm not shitting you, like 8 to 13 hours long.
Yeah, what the man, this is a thing. Like I think there is a valid place in the world for like movie reviewers, but why are so many of them fucking deranged? Like,
I don't intrinsically hate long form content, but I will say if you have any sort of like writing ability, or like if you have like an English degree or something like adjacent to that, you should know that like 95, maybe 98% of people on YouTube who do video essays, they are not good essayists. They're not good writers. They write at like a level that would get like a C+ in like a 10th grade English class.
Yeah.
It's not good. Very few people who do like hours long like video content actually have something worth saying in like the entire runtime of that. And I've never watched Maller's content, and I never will, because I know it's dog shit, because he has dog shit taste in his avatar. You click on his Twitter banner and you see all the other people he does shit with, and it's just like a whole like collage of all the worst looking rant sonas.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of cringe on this one. The weird like the weird Pepe with the fucking goatee there. I don't
the little Shiba dog with the deal with it pixel glasses.
Yeah, which that looks like some AI art there.
A lot of the people on the right, I have no idea who any of these people are, by the way. A lot of them that look like fucking shitty, like 2004 like webcomic characters.
Yes. This looks like some Shane Dobson style shit.
Oh god, we gotta talk about Shane Dobson at some point. That's funny as fuck.
I think
what a
there's,
guy.
Yes, I think there's. We won't talk about just Shane Dobson, but I think I want to do an episode. This could probably be a main episode on like the whole like late 90s, early 2000s webcomic shit. Like the whole like. Most of them were about like gamers or like geek shit, and most of them were just like incredibly cringe.
I gotta dust off some old how to draw anime style books from the fucking Scholastic Book Fair, because a lot of those people learned from those.
Exactly. They got their style from those like 100%.
I will say I'm kind of torn because maybe I don't know. I will say some of those books I look back and I'm like, wow, this sucks ass. But then I find out at least one of them was published by a person who was like 15 years old at the time, and it was just like their dad worked for the publishing company, so they got the book out. I'm like, okay, I don't want to bully a 15.
All right, yeah, we'll have to vet those before we go too hard on anybody.
I know they weren't all just done by that one person though. There were so many of these by different people.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Mallor, how do we feel about Mallor?
Oh, this dude's profile. I hate this like weird the fucking shading on this. It looks like the fucking shitty 3D art that was prevalent in like the early 2000s, where people learned how to do things like lens flares and
this looks like the app icon for a shitty mobile game.
Exactly. This definitely looks like some like gradient mapped fucking like Adobe Illustrator bullshit. I absolutely fucking despise this. This is ugly as fuck. 0 out of 10. Bad taste, and you probably watch shitty movies, and you have shitty taste in movies too. So go fuck yourself.
I'm gonna give it a he should follow his leader out of 10. Anyway, all right, let's move on. This is just, we got a couple minutes left. This is the grand course. This is what it's all been leading up to. This is worth all the marbles in the bag.
Drum roll, please.
This is the man, the myth, the legend. This is Grums. Grums. Mark Kern on Twitter.
Grums. So I saw a bunch of people posting fucking like just shit that this dude was posting a bunch, and I didn't know. I thought this dude was just some random fucking doofus chud. I didn't know he was like what was he like a former something in Blizzard?
So back in the days of vanilla World of Warcraft, like 2003, 2004, something like that, he was like a middle manager or something on the team at the time, and he likes to say, oh, I was a developer, I worked on World of Warcraft, but as far as anybody knows, he has not had any like real like creative decision making behind that role, and he's just been like grifting off of that ever since. He was also briefly the CEO for some other company that made like a multiplayer game, Firefall, which was big for a while. And there was the whole controversy where like he wasted like millions of dollars of their budget buying a big stupid like sci-fi bus to promote the game.
Oh,
or whatever.
You sent me that before. Yeah. The gamer bus.
He was legit ousted by the rest of the team for that, and he's been like vague about it and kind of just like doesn't bring it up nowadays to like maintain some cred. And he's got like this other game going on right now. It's called Ember, M8 EM dash the number 8 ER. It's really stupid. And it's basically just like a Kickstarter scam. Like that game is never coming out. There was like an update recently, and it's like,
or if it does come out, it's just gonna be some like asset flip Unity store bullshit that's gonna be like in early access forever, but had a budget of like $1.7 million.
Yeah, I think they backed down on this part of it, but I know at least for some period with Ember M8R, there was a thing where people could like pre-order, like pitch some money, some really expensive things. So it was like all these gold benefits, NPCs will talk to you differently, you'll get so many skins, blah 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 blah. And it's just a bunch of really stupid like microtransactions. It's the rot of the game industry, which he poses himself as like a crusader for the gamers. His fucking Twitter banner is like the most cringe shit. It's an anime character from Trigun, one of my favorite
Trigun.
shows of all time.
I forgot about fucking Trigun. I haven't seen Trigun in ages.
Trigun is so good. It was legit it's one of the first few shows that ever got me into anime. It rules. I need to watch the new one. Anyway, his Twitter banner is the main character of Trigun, and the text says, "Who am I? The man leading the crusade to make all women in video games hot." A quote from Kotaku, and it's like, God, this is so fucking cringe. He's such a fucking cringe lord, dude.
I don't know.
I hate his stupid fucking face. Real.
I don't know what that's from. I'm sure, number one, that quote is taken out of context. I don't know the Kotaku. I could be wrong about that.
I'm sure it's just him bitching about they made the titties jiggle less. We need to bring back the jiggle physics for my tiny little cock to get hard.
Yeah, my dude, that doesn't make you sound as cool as you think that makes you sound. You sound like a fucking douchebag. But I did notice one thing about this guy's profile. Before we really get into the meat and potatoes of this. So his bio says official Twitter of Mark Kern, CEO and designer, former team lead for OG World of Warcraft. That's nothing to be proud of. Fuck World of Warcraft. I'm
and
sorry.
Again, he says team lead. He was like a fucking middle manager ass, creative decisions. He's not a game developer.
Producer Diablo 2 StarCraft, which producer, what does that mean? Like you
I don't think there's anything that says he was part of that. I think he was just probably in the building at the
time. But the last sentence, Chrono Trigger is best game. Immediately that meme comes up in my mind where it's like the worst person you know says the something you has a good take or what.
It's all just this is literally like virtue signaling though. Yeah. This is like if fucking Elon Musk came out wearing a fucking Triforce t-shirt. You know
Sure. Yeah, no, that is a valid take. I will say though that Chrono Trigger is not. I wouldn't say best game, best JRPG. Yes, in top three. It's
definitely up there.
Yeah.
I will say. So he has this dumb little profile picture, which we're gonna unpack shortly. But I will say, did you know that he actually has a VTuber version of it that he uses to go on to like dipshit like, oh, they're making the games woke like chud panels on the internet.
Really? Wait,
I'm gonna link this is a little video of it. You don't need you can leave it muted. I haven't watched it. I don't know what they're saying, but this is just look at his stupid little avatar, and it looks even worse in motion. Take a look at this shit.
Oh wait. Oh wow. Oh wow!
It looks so bad, dude. This might actually be the worst. This is actually the second worst VTuber avatar of all time, I think.
This is awful. It looks. Oh man, I love the little fucking ooh face that it has with just like it just has like this. It's like. Oh wow!
He looks like a baby whose mom did some bad things.
It looks like a baby who's been given like 14 fentanyl patches, and he's just saying the dumbest shit over and over.
He looks like somebody has dropped him.
Yes, and somebody probably did drop this motherfucker because holy shit.
It's even worse because it's like okay, why does he use this avatar? Because like you look at pictures of him in person, and he's just like the most like sad old man.
He's a regular looking guy. I mean, there's some okay. Maybe,
did you just see him? I don't know. He has a sad, defeated vibe. It looks like, I don't know, this person is hollow, okay? They've lost their humanity. I don't know. It's not good.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll say I feel like I'm dangerously towing the line of we should not attack people for their appearance, but I'm doing this because he has bad vibes because he's a bad person.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, if he was some like absolutely ghoulish figure, I can understand hiding behind this fucking rantsona all the time. But it's just like, you just look like a regular dude. Like this is like definitely like gamer. I work in like in a managerial role in like a game studio archetype, but
this is the guy telling you you're gonna need to put in a few extra hours of work this
for
week.
for sure. We got to ship this out yesterday. I know there's like 7,000 game breaking bugs, but you know.
This is the guy telling you that we're gonna renege on the pizza party. There'll be no pizza party. We're just working longer.
Yeah. We're just gonna have to double our hours. But salary we don't have the budget for that. Anyways, me and the other managers are going to drive our Ferraris to Starbucks to you know, get some fucking
we're gonna enjoy some of the breast milk in the fridge in our nice sports cars.
Yeah, it's wholesome. That's what makes us so smart. But this guy's fucking PFP. Like, I don't know what it is about it that just fucking bothers me so much, but like,
it activates my fight or flight response.
There's so much about it. So it's just like the choices that are made here. I mean, like, it does accurately represent his receding hairline, but like, again, the uwu face, the chibi, super deformed kind of thing is like being cutesy. Like, when I see,
he also types like a cunt. Like, you read this guy's tweets and he just comes off like a big stupid cunt, and it doesn't help because you see that stupid little face next to all his stupid little tweets, and it just makes it worse.
Exactly. He types like fucking Elon Musk, which is just like just this kind of like lay intellectual, like kind of Reddit fucking persona. But then there's this just like little bitch ass fucking uwu avatar next to it, and just
he definitely thinks every tweet he writes is like, this is the most clever dunk in the world. I really showed him this time.
Yeah. 1 hour ago he tweeted, "I'm voting Trump," and it's just like, wow, holy shit. Yeah. What? I'm sure this dude was just like smirking the entire time, like, the libs are gonna be triggered by this one.
Owned the libs. I will say, I alluded earlier that I have a special surprise for you this episode, and we're nearing the end, so I have to share it.
Yeah.
I mentioned when we were going over Mark Kern's VTuber avatar that I said, this is the second worst VTuber avatar I've ever seen. And I need to let you know that the first worst avatar I've ever seen is also owned by Mark Kern.
Oh, wow.
I saw this.
Double whammy.
I saw this the other day. This was posted by Cerberus XT, who you might remember. He was like the French painter guy who did the Pride Space Marine minis. See him a lot on Twitter, just because like I like to follow the little things going on in my silly little
Great
games.
Great artist.
Yeah, Cerberus, you rule. Anyway, also, fuck you for showing me this. I saw he posted this, and I became aware. Mark Kern has a second VTuber avatar, which just take a look.
Oh. So, all right.
He's wearing the fucking maid dress and cat ears and has a cat tail. I want to end it all, dude.
And with like a little like long hair.
Dude, I live next to the woods. I just kind of want to just like walk outside and just like walk into the woods and just like lay down in the dirt and let nature retake me.
You want to let the ants eat your body.
It's not enough to touch grass. I need to become one with the earth again. Fuck.
So somebody posted, this is Daniel O'Connell on Twitter, replied to to this thing. His Twitter PFP already gives me the desire to punch something. Seeing it on a cat girl made VTuber is so much worse. With a very funny just somebody looking at their phone, fucking raging image, and it's like, yes, I'm fully on board with you, homie.
Now that does kind of give me the idea. Speaking of punching things, how cool would it be to get like one of those like home punching bags, like for like a basement gym or something, and just put like a cover over it that has like a stupid little avatar? That would be. I feel like I would get ripped in like 3 months.
I would be ready for Creator Clash in 3 months if I could just rotate just everybody I wanted to fucking punch.
Like both of us would go into that ring and we would straight up look like fucking JoJo characters. I swear to God.
Yeah. Just absolutely shredded. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's just man, it's hard to do that in a park. Maybe I'll get one of those at my mom's house and I'll just go.
I will say it's also only a matter of time before I take an attempt at the fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure art style for an episode cover. I want to do it. It's a lot of work.
It's such a unique art style though, and I still need to watch JoJo. I've watched like clips and like extended clips, so I'm familiar with a lot of like the context behind a lot of memes, but I've never like sat down and watched JoJo, and I kind of want to.
It's pretty good. I like it. I don't know. Maybe I'll give you the rundown of JoJo at some point.
Yeah.
I like everything I've seen. It's one of those things where like it starts all right because like it started in like the 80s or something, and it just gets better over time. At least if you ask me. So.
Well, fuck. Now I'm on board.
It also gets significantly gayer over time too, which is really interesting.
Well, now I'm really on board.
Hell yeah. Anyway, man, fuck Mark Kern. Fuck his dumb fucking stupid little smug baby face avatar.
Yeah, Grums, you're a little
I hate
bitch.
it so much.
Fuck you. You're a piece of shit.
This is without a doubt the worst one. Okay, not only the worst of the ones we've talked about, I think this might just be the worst avatar anybody has ever
without
had.
question. That one makes me more angry than any of the other ones. Just because, it's just a perfect storm of fucking dog shit. Mark Kern,
it's like if you drive recklessly, you'll get your driver's license revoked. I feel like if you post on the internet with this fucking avatar, you should not be allowed online again. I feel like the government should do something about you. You know, you should.
I
should
agree.
be on a list, and not just our stupid little podcaster list.
Yeah. I think this is enough evidence for any court in the world to convict this guy of being cringe and stupid and a douchebag. And Grums, there's nothing more to say. Fuck you.
We just want to know where they're buried, Mark. Just show us where they're buried. And just we want to know.
Where are the puppy girls buried? Where are the puppy girls buried? Where are they? Where are they?
Where are they? What's in the box? Okay. Oh, that did not look good on the Audacity. Whatever.
It's fine. It's fine. It's a Patreon episode.
It's raw. We're coming at you raw.
Raw and uncensored.
We can say fuck as much as we want, which we already do on the main show.
We already
don't make any ad money.
Yeah.
All right. I don't actually know how to end this. We're keeping things light, keeping things casual. Yeah, you guys, you already know who's listening. Shout out to the patrons. You guys make these possible, and who knows, maybe there'll be a lot more of you soon.
Yeah, and god damn it, you're the reason we made this episode, and I thought it was a pretty good one. I feel like this is good. It definitely has like a different energy than our usual show, but I kind of like it. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good to mix things up. yeah, and I mean, I would even go for longer, but I have to go pick up my fucking sister and mom from the goddamn
That is
airport.
true. We are going a bit long. Let's wrap up. Thanks guys for listening, and thanks for supporting the show. We're gonna spare you all the plugs. You already know what's going on.
Y'all know what the fuck is up. That's for
you
the
guys
normies.
are the best. You are the cream of the crop. Thank you for supporting the show, and I believe that's all.
Hell yeah. So until the next episode, whether it's this one or the other one,
good night.
Fucking A. Good fight, good night.